Morning everybody, my name is Luke Sullivan with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. We are just north of Denver, about 30 minutes on Interstate 25. Hard to miss us, right on the frontage road. Tons of new inventory on the lot, tons of used inventory on the lot, tons of LQs, tons of little bumper pulls, anything that you're looking for. There's a pretty good chance we have it on the lot. If it's not on the lot, with Cimarron stuff, we can place orders for anything that you're looking for, and then we can get into custom fab stuff. And then with Logan's, a lot of times we've got a lot of inventory coming in with those. Today behind me, I do have a brand new inventory unit, and these things are very popular. They're very versatile. Have one of my own at the house, 2+1 Warmblood. This is a 2025 model through Cimarron. We've got a couple added options that kind of set this apart from the standard. So we'll get right into it. I like this trailer a lot. I think really nice unit. We'll get into the gooseneck a little bit real quick. We are a typical 2 5/16 inch coupler. We are the new latest and greatest iteration of B&W's coupler system here. So they've done a couple different styles of it over the past few years. They've settled with this, and the reason for, and actually you'll see very much so with the way this is sucked up right now, is the reason it was designed this way is in case you do have a very tall truck bed or something like that, is you can get this gooseneck sucked way up into almost the framework of the trailer itself. So really nice design. They kind of designed it with the big LQs and the Summit hauler trucks in mind, getting that so you can get a level ride out of it. But also we have a ton of down travel in this as well. So these are very well suited to get set up for any kind of tow vehicle that you have, especially with all the late model trucks that have the deeper beds. Get you that bed clearance between the bottom rail of this gooseneck and the bed of your truck, so you don't have any. I've got a Ford and I've got tons of dents and dings all over the tailgate of my truck from older style trailers that just you can't get that quite right adjustment, and mine end up tending to be a bit nose up too, so you're not quite distributing your weight on your dual axles quite like you want. So this is B&W's latest version of that. We like it quite a bit. Cimarron, a nice little added touch is they do the coiled breakaway cable. Just really nice, keeps things clean and tidy in the bed of your truck when you are hooked up. And then also typical safety chains, and with Cimarron too, a nice little way to stow them over there as well. We do have a 7-pin connector on it, nice little stowage hook up there. And then again, Cimarron, it's the little things with them, little spot to stow it over there as well. So while we're in here, we'll take a look into a lot of some of the systems that we've got going on in this trailer. So first and foremost, you'll see our self-contained Dexter air ride system. Really awesome system, and this is self-contained. It is as simple as flipping an on switch, and we have it lowered right now to kind of show you the ease of getting in and out of your ramps and the angles of the ramps when we get back to those. But when you do raise this, you will gain probably 3 to 4 inches of ride height out of the whole trailer. So you'll see a bigger gap between your fenders and your tires. But as simple as switching it on, we won't do that because it'll mess up our audio a little bit and nobody will hear anybody. But we'll flip it on, and then you can raise this valve, switch that valve to raise, and that'll raise up your trailer. And again, compressor, everything is self-contained. It'll ride right around the 140 PSI mark. And it's a set it and forget it kind of system. When you're on the road, flip your system on, you have a breakaway or a disconnect switch for your battery over there. Run that on so that your truck is trickle charging your onboard battery here. Flip your switch to on. You'll build up pressure in the tank itself, and then switch that to raise, and that'll bring your trailer up. That'll raise and add air to your airbags and your axle. And really, this system is the first expansion joint that you go over on a bridge on 25 or 70 or massive amount of potholes or construction or something like that, or beat up road, and you don't feel the trailer going all over all those bumps. You just feel your truck. You'll be sold right away. It's really just almost an undescribable feeling pulling an air ride trailer. And to say that, just that you have that feeling in the seat of your pants in your tow vehicle, 30 feet in front of whatever stock you have standard inside a vehicle like this, I think that says a lot for what it's going to do for your animals that are inside of that, whether it's livestock, whether it's horses, whether they're show stock or whether it's just trail pleasure horses. I think it says a lot for what it does for them and their ride comfort, and whether they're younger or older, it's got to be great for their joints. So we really like the air ride system. It speaks for itself, I think, once you get down the road. You will see, to support that air ride system and a lot of other systems we've got going on, we do have a deep cycle 12-volt battery on here, and we do trickle charge anytime we're hooked up to our truck through that system. So to help with our trickle charging a little bit, we do 25 models are now standard. Any 12-volt service that we do on the Cimarrons come with the RedArc charging system. So what that does is that regulates the charge that you're putting into the battery, so you're never overcharging it. And then if you've got a lower charge, if you've got a big drain on your battery, your truck, it will allow your truck to send a bit more power to it and get it charged up a little bit faster. So that battery is also supporting, just below that, our electric over hydraulic jack. So equalizer jack system, we like these systems quite a bit. They do have a fail safe too. So if you ever do have a dead battery, if you leave a switch on and a light on or something like that, we've all done it. And you have some kind of emergency, you need to get this trailer on or off your truck. It is as simple as pumping a car jack. We have a valve on the other side that'll change our direction, whether we're pumping it up or down. And it really is as simple as that. So a little bit of a fail safe. We put the battery disconnect in there. We tell folks, anytime your trailer is idle and you're not using it and it's sitting, switch that disconnect off, because with that 12-volt service, we're able to run a lot of our interior and exterior floodlights. So we suggest flipping it off so that you don't run your battery dead. But if you ever do, you're not completely dead in the water. You're pretty easily able to raise and lower your trailer without that service. So we'll get straight away into the tack room. These 2+1s are very versatile. You'll see straight away a little bit of a bigger tack room door with the fold down step. Fold down step just makes life really easy to get in and out of these trailers, especially if you hook to a little bit of a taller truck and you do have a little bit more height to it. So you'll see carpeted wall on the tack room door, really nice way just for a bit of a clean look to it. And we've all seen a lot of our old trailers with the aluminum walls with our bridles and our halters and our shanks hanging on there and swinging and leaving our big metal marks. So keeps that down, keeps a lot of the noise down of the metal banging on metal on these. And Cimarron does these really nice deep and tall hooks, so you could get a hose on these hooks, you could get an extension cord on those hooks, and then whatever else headgear you want to throw there, easy access, some lead ropes and stuff like that. So you'll see also just below that we do have a nice brush box here, kind of separated with a couple little partitions, and then tons of people use these for spray bottles, fly spray, show sheen, what have you. A couple little drain holes in there in case you do have a spill. So you'll see while I keep holding that hose and throwing it back and forth, we've got a half moon kind of sized right inside of our door water tank here. So a little bit bigger. Some of our corner water tanks are in the 28-gallon mark. This guy's almost pushing 50. Two different options to pull water out of it. You've got a valve sitting just above ground level there. Real easy to throw your typical 5-gallon bucket under that and fill from there. And then the hose that I keep carrying around, we can easily plug that into the bottom. 10-foot of hose, we can throw it outside and we can fill a bucket, a water bowl for the dogs, whatever you want down there on the side of the trailer. So we'll step inside now. One piece about this trailer that's a little different that sets things apart, I talked about some added options on this. Air ride's a big one. This is a second one that I like a lot, that I think makes these stand out a little more than most, is no more kind of rubber mats over our typical aluminum floor in our tack rooms anymore. It's just like our horse area. We end up having to pull those out once in a while to get them cleaned out and get the stuff out from underneath them. We are now doing this black. This is a kind of a diamond tread or diamond plate type pattern, and we do kind of the coin shape pattern. You'll see these in a lot of high traffic areas, amusement parks, grocery stores, convenience stores, stuff like that. We've started adding this to a lot of our trailers. We're even doing some walls, front and back on gooseneck drop walls and stuff. Not on this trailer yet, but it is sealed. It is glued down to the floor and then sealed on all the corners and edges, so nothing's going to get up underneath it. It's going to be really easy to sweep out and clean out and keep looking nice for a long time to come. You'll see next to that on our gooseneck drop wall, We didn't do a full width boot box here. We wanted to leave a little room for that half moon water tank, but we still get a lot of nice storage out of these. The boot boxes are multi-purpose. They're straight away, first and foremost, they're a box. They're a boot box. You can shove some wraps or some blankets or pads or whatever else you need to shove down in there. Have some easy access to. They are a great spot to sit down and take a break, get some boots, change some shoes, something like that. Next, first and foremost, after that too, is they're a great step to get up into your gooseneck. Tons of people, especially with the two windows across from each other with a little bit of cross ventilation, tons of people are using these for a good camp out spot. Throw a mattress up in these, spend the weekend in them. My wife does it very often, and really nice spot to be. You get a couple windows open on a nice night, and you can be very comfortable inside of these things. So tons of light with these, with the Opti Brights from Cimarron. So we've got one above our door, and then we've got one in the nose of the gooseneck. With our 12-volt battery service, like I said, even not hooked to a truck, sitting here standing alone, we can run these lights as is, flip our battery disconnect to the on position. If you're running out early in the morning, gonna meet some friends and ride later in the day, and want to grab something out of your trailer, out of your tack room, you know, while it's still dark in the morning, you can easily do that and flip these switches and see what you're doing and get what you need to. So above that, you will see, and along the side there, you'll see a nice little clothes rack, little rung just to hang show coats, pants, whatever you've got. Really nice way to keep them out of the truck, kind of keep things organized inside your trailer, and keep your life a little simpler that way. So Cimarron does really nice saddle racks and completely adjustable. Loosen a couple bolts and these guys can go to the roof. You can drop them all the way down to the floor, and can kind of configure these setups any way you want, really. If you want to pull these saddle pad poles off, we can do that. If you want to add a few more, we've got them in our parts department as we speak. So really easy just to add those or subtract them, and kind of configure them in any setup that you would like and that kind of works and fits for your lifestyle. So, and again, more carpeted walls, really nice where we're hanging stuff. Keeps it quiet. Now we're sharing our wall here with our horse area, so it keeps things quiet, keeps the banging down between that shared wall, keeps anybody from spooking on the other side of that. And then really, it's a big resale value deal now too, because we don't have all those marks anymore that we've got in our old tack rooms from our tack swinging back and forth, and it keeps things looking really nice. So you will see we are totally lockable on the whole trailer. For the pass-through door, that is included too. Nice pass-through to get through, and then you'll see straight away our Werm flooring on this guy. From the factory, Werm flooring is our impenetrable rubberized pour-in flooring. Really, really awesome system that we say with a bit of good housekeeping after each use, and a good pressure wash once in a while, once a year or so, kind of going through it and keeping an eye on it. It is the maintenance-free flooring. No more pulling rubber mats out, no more sprinkling baking soda on your aluminum floors. It is a very, very nice system that holds up really well. We do a lot of these now from the factories through Cimarron, but we also have a ton of trailers on the lot that are still your typical rubber over aluminum floor in the case of the Cimarrons. And if it's something you'd like to have, we have a great vendor here just between us and Denver that'll do that for us, and they do a great job. And again, we like the Werm flooring quite a bit. So done with the tack room. Nice big 5-foot tack room in this guy. A lot of space in here to get done what you need to do, to store what you want. But the versatility with these 2+1s is now what we're going to take a look at. And so I did a lot of large animal safety courses, and the number one thing I like about the 2+1s is you have 2 entries and exits. So first and foremost, if you're thinking safety, we like the 2+1s for that a lot. Secondly, you can configure these guys in a ton of different ways. When we say 2+1, obviously it's a 3-horse trailer. But the way that this guy's set up is, first and foremost, straight up here in the front, we are just a simple box stall. So if you wanted to consider this a stock compartment, we're 7'6" wide by just under 9 feet length on this compartment in here. So a lot of different options of how you use this. If you've got a couple of horses that are buddies and they're smaller horses, your prerogative, of course, but who's to say you couldn't put both of them in here together and then use the back as it is intended as kind of a straight load 2-horse type style trailer. So a lot of ventilation in these guys. We do have roof vents, 2 roof vents above this stock area as well, or above this box area, as I should say. So, and then the escape or the man door here on the driver's side also has a big drop window into it in that as well. So we'll show you that. But when you do close this up and we get your ramp closed up, you still get a lot of airflow with that man door, drop window, and then we've got a nice big window over the ramp as well, big bus window in that drop door as well. So now we talk about the box area and kind of the versatility that you have with that. I also worked with breeding stock for a long time too, so really nice area. It's all mare and foal if you want to do that. Now we work our way in kind of the straight load portion of the trailer. And like any other straight load, you'd be very familiar with it. We have a butt bar on the back with a rear ramp folding over with a couple Dutch doors we'll see, and a chest bar on the front. Really nice style chest bars on these. I like. No hardware to pull them in. They slide in and out of these tracks really nice. And it's all plastic on metal too, so we don't have a lot of that metal banging sounds that we're used to hearing on some of these trailers. And then I'll come back here and drop this. I'll meet you on the other side. Drop a few of these. And we're going to show you the latest and greatest and some trailer technology that they're doing that we love. And that if the 2+1 isn't kind of versatile enough, that you can, if you have an injured horse, if you have a mare and foal, but you've got a couple geldings, and you need that versatility to haul a few different things at the same time or at different times, different abilities. That's the really great part about these trailers. Now with this added feature, we've got a sliding divider here. We're on barn door tracks, and no longer do you have to find a buddy, especially with this big solid divider that we have here. We don't have just one little bar with some padding on it. We've got a big solid divider that is made out of aluminum. Doesn't have a ton of weight to it, but they're awkward. And it would definitely take myself and Jody, the cameraman, and possibly one other guy to get this out by hand. And now I pulled a couple pins on the back while we were chatting there, and I'm going to pull this pin here on the bottom, slides and holds itself, and I'm going to pull this pin here as well. And this whole divider now, and you notice I didn't do anything with our butt bars or our chest bars. We're just going to squeeze them in place over there. And a couple of our pins, front and back. And you don't have to decide if you want to take this with you on that road trip, that you're going to pick up a few horses or one horse for a friend and maybe one for yourself. You can stow it in that position. You can drive with it all day long in that position and be very comfortable with the way it sits. It pins exactly how it will pin in the position where you use it as a straight load style. So really nice option. On video, that probably took us 20 seconds to move that over. If you were by yourself, it wouldn't take a whole lot more than that. And especially when you get familiar with the system. Some of our pins are a little tight right now when they're new, but when they get a bit used to them, they do really well. And then the added bonus to all of that is very easily pop a pin on this guy, and this post is completely removable. And you have a wide open trailer. If you've got a couple quads, and a son and a husband that want to go trail riding on the weekends when you're not taking the horses out, this is a multi-purpose unit too. They can throw all their gear up front, their helmets and their pads, and utilize this as kind of an enclosed trailer of sorts, whatever they're going to use it for. So again, just to give you an idea of the kind of space we're working with now. With that set over there, slam latch on the partition doors there, we have a 2-box trailer now, two-box stall type trailer. And like I said, I came from the breeding industry in Kentucky, and a lot of mares and foals moving around town, whether they had vet appointments or sales or anything of the like. The ability to haul 2 mares and foals at once in separate boxes very comfortably with a lot of padding around them and a lot of safety around them is a really nice feature of these trailers. And then the ability too, if you're in the breeding industry and you've obviously got some older horses as well, the ability to load a couple in the back and one in the front too is a great option. So the versatility of these 2+1s are great. We like them a lot. And then just the added Cimarron features that you get from that, whether it's the slam latch doors or the sliding divider, which I just think is really the new sliced bread in the trailer world. They're pretty great. So we will talk very quickly about axles. We talked a lot about the air ride suspension. Like I said, we are in the air down position right now. So we'll get a little bit more ride height out of this guy when we fully air it up. But we are still on 7,000 pound axles. These are Dexter torsion air ride suspension axles. So what that means is if you ever do, we talked about a dead battery and what you can do with your jack if you have a dead battery. If you ever have a dead battery and aren't able to air up your air suspension, you can still run around with this guy as if it was on your typical Dexter torsion axle that comes on a lot of our standard models. So doesn't mean you're completely dead in the water if your air suspension's not working. If you have a leak, if you have a dead battery and you're not able to air up your system, you're still great to run down the road for miles to come until you can get it serviced. So again, we are aired down a little bit lower, but we are also on 17.5 aluminum wheels. And didn't point it out up front, but we do have a matching spare on the front as well. So if you ever have a flat and need to change it out, you won't have an ugly rusted out steel wheel that's been hanging out under there for the life of the gooseneck. So really nice system. And then typical electric drum brakes on this guy as well. We're not getting into that weights yet that we start talking about electric over hydraulic. We still are electric drum brakes on this guy. So let's get this side ramp closed for you real quick, and we'll just give you a quick look at the passenger side of this as we go down. I said we've got some windows in our door above our ramp. We've got a very oversized bus window there. You'll notice all our paddle latches are keyed, and they're all keyed alike. And that one's not going to open for us, but everything is keyed alike. So you'll get a set of keys for the trailer. We usually, for a trailer like this, will give you 4 keys, and everything from the drop windows to the paddle latches for the hold back for the door as it's open, as well as when it's closed. So you can lock this guy up tight. You can lock it up tight, and you can hand a set of keys to your wife, your husband, your kids, and they can come down, do what they need to do, get it locked, unlocked, get into your tack room and check it out. So taking a look around here on the back, talked about 25 doing the RedArcs is now standard with any 12-volt feature. On the Cimarrons, the other big thing for 25 for Cimarron now standard on all their trailers is reverse lights, integrated into the taillights too. So for a long time on custom orders or customer trailers that wanted to add some of their own touches to it, we would do a separate fixture altogether for a reverse light. But now Cimarron's doing it standard on all their units, and it's integrated into that brake light. So I like that a lot. Very nice, clean look. And then the reverse light, it's horse people are always early, always late, always in the dark, and just a really nice feature that doesn't change anything with your tow vehicle integration. It's still a 7-pin. The connections don't change. So just nice added little feature that's, you know, always been there, and the ability for our tow vehicles to make it function too has always been there. So really nice to add that in and just give you a bit more light when you are parking, whether it's a familiar spot at home or whether you're at a new show that you've never been in and you're parking in the back lot somewhere in the dark. So really nice feature. We like that a lot. Talking about lights, we've got awning lights all around the trailer. I told you again too, with the 12-volt service, even though we're not hooked up to a tow vehicle, we can still run those lights. And all our controls for our outside awning lights and our interior horse lights are right here on our driver's side. So pop out of the back of your truck before you get unloading. Run back here, flip all your switches, You've got some driver's side awning lights, some passenger side awning lights, and then our rear load lights over here as well. So like that feature as well. We'll get the back of this guy closed up for you a little bit. We'll show you the double Dutch doors over the top of the ramp as well. The way they are designed with their latches is that you can run with these open going down the road. But again, we talked about everything being keyed alike. So if you do take your quads out for a weekend trail ride and want to stop at Cabela's or something like that on the way home, but don't want anybody getting anything inside, you can lock the whole trailer up, whether it's the tack room or the horse area as well. So gives you a good back view of the trailer, gives you a view. We've got the 4 tail lights all together and our DOT running lights along the top as well. So working our way over here to driver's side, we'll show you the drop window. Each side of the straight load portion of the back of the trailer has a drop window in it. Couldn't get the other one to drop down. This one, big oversized drop window. You'll notice no hardware to get this jail bar to drop down. If you do want to pop in there, offer your horse some hay or water, check on them while you're stopped. Real easy to do that. Nice bit of rubber suction cup there to hold this door down. A lot of these crosswinds and stuff that we get, especially out here in the West, we'll see these start flapping in the wind. So nice that we can hold these firm against the wall of these trailers too. And then simple as that to close them up. We do still put a small bus window in them. So wintertime, if you want to still keep a little bit of air moving through there, you can do that, and you have the ability to control how much you do bring in there instead of having that whole drop window down as well. So we talked about the man door over here, driver's side. Just really nice access to your horses. If you're just running 2 in the straight load section in the back, again, nice ability to pop in there while you're at a fuel stop, check in on them. Again, if you've got horses in all the spots too, great spot to poke your head in. And then again, like we said, drop window in this as well. So 3 drop windows on the whole trailer, and then big oversized bus window in the door above our ramp. We can keep a lot of air moving through this trailer. Combine that with the roof vents and Cimarron's insulated roof. You're going to keep them cool all summer long in the sky. Even if you fill it up with horses and you have a lot of warm bodies in there, you'll still keep that air moving. So we like that feature in these big drop down windows from Cimarron quite a bit. So again, today we've showed you a 25 Cimarron Norstar 2+1 Warmblood. Really popular trailer these days. If you guys have any questions about it, feel free. Check us out online. We'll link it down below. If you'd like to reach out, feel free to reach out to me. My name's Luke Sullivan. My phone number is 859-509-1282. If you have any questions about this trailer specifically, you can check it out on our site. Stock number is 5N240737. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to reach out. Hablamos español.